Or just kind of look here. Just don't like, do anything inappropriate.
Did you just say that?
Alright, so everybody wants to live longer, healthier lives. And one way that doctors say about doing this is through exercise. And one form of exercise people don't really know about or don't know the proper technique for is weightlifting. Now, me and my partner Perilla here are qualified to tell you about weightlifting because of the fact that we've both weightlifted for a number of years, and I've taken a class on health learning the proper technique for weightlifting. Now, when it comes to weightlifting, you want to weightlift 2 to 6 times a week. 2 times a week, you want to focus more on full body workouts. You want to make sure that you're exercising every part of the body because they're not getting it regularly. If you're doing it more 6 times a week, then you want to focus on a specific group or muscle groups in the body. You want to let those muscles have a day or 2 of rest. Now, whenever it comes to weightlifting, you can focus on strength, endurance, or you can have a balance of the two. If you're focusing on strength, you want to be sure to go ahead and do high amounts of weight, low amounts of repetitions, and low amounts of sets. If you're doing endurance, you want to have low weight, high amounts of reps, high amounts of sets, reps and sets. Now, if you want to balance, you want to go ahead and just do a combination of the two. And before you work out, you want to be sure that you're doing the right safety precautions. You want to go ahead and wear breathable clothes, make sure that you don't overheat when you're working out. You want to make sure that you're wearing shoes, tennis shoes preferably, closed-toed, so that if anything falls, it doesn't hurt anybody. Also, to make sure that you're always safe and protected and never getting hurt by the weight, make sure you always have a spotter when weightlifting. You want to go ahead and be sure that anytime you're weightlifting, that nobody can get hurt. Whenever you're weightlifting, to help prevent injury, you can go ahead and stretch. Stretching helps prevent pulls and things like that from happening. You want to go ahead and get your heart pumping a little bit, go for a minute or a 2-minute little jog. Whenever you're doing this, it helps prevent further injury from occurring to muscles or bones or anything of that likeness. You also want to make sure, oddly enough as it sounds, that you're breathing. Whenever you're focusing on the weight at first, it's a little bit hard to focus on your breathing because you're just trying to get the weight up, and it can cause health problems. Now, we're going to go ahead and show you a few of the ways that you can go about weightlifting, different techniques. The first one is the bench. So, whenever you're on the bench, you're going to go ahead, lie with your back on the bench. Go ahead and make sure that your eyes are underneath the bar. Whenever you do this, you're going to go ahead, push the bar up, bring it down so it touches your chest, and then bring it back up. Make sure that your feet are placed firmly on the ground and then you're not trying to move too much. The next exercise we're going to show is the squat. Now, when it comes to squatting, you want to look with your eyes up at the ceiling, and you want to go ahead and squat down, back straight, and you want your butt to reach below the parallel of where the floor is. And then you just go ahead and bring yourself back up. Now, the next set of exercise that we're going to show is the deadlift. When deadlifting, you're going to go ahead and have the bar on the ground, be in a nice squatted stance, make sure that your butt is low so that you're not lifting with your back, and then you just bring the bar up as you stand up. And then you just go ahead and set it down. It's a very simple and effective exercising technique. The next exercise we're going to show is the power clean. You start off like a deadlift, feet spaced apart, butt down. You're going to go up like you're deadlifting, and then you're going to flick the wrists up. Then you go ahead and flick the wrists back down and set it back on the floor. Now, the final exercise is whenever it comes to a straight bar curl. A straight bar curl is simply You stand with your feet spread apart evenly, and then you just, as the most simple and effective, you just bring it up to your chest and then simply back down. And that is how you properly weightlift.